Hey guys, guess where I'm at today? I'm at the Single Barrel in downtown Lincoln, one of my most favorite rib joints. We're gonna go crash Chef Brandon Harpster's kitchen, and he's gonna show us how to make some awesome pork ribs. Okay, so here we are. We've got two different kinds of fantastic pork ribs. What's the difference? Which one do you like better? Give us the scoop.
Okay, so our two ribs that we have is, our first one is our back ribs down here. The back ribs are located on the loin. They're not quite as wide, not quite as meaty, and a little bit leaner. Next to that we have the spare ribs, and these are St. Louis cut, meaning the brisket bone has been removed. The spare ribs are a little meatier, have a little more fat to them, so they handle that longer cooking time that I like to get really get the smoke flavor into them. And this is the rib that most barbecue restaurants choose to use for that reason.
This is more of a consumer type.
A lot of times we see this meat being used more in the home style, so we use these, and these are the ones we're gonna be prepping today.
Okay, awesome, let's get to it.
Slide these ones out of the way. Okay, so the first thing with these spare ribs is we wanna make sure we remove this membrane on the inside. This membrane is, doesn't break down when it's cooked, and it also doesn't allow for flavors to penetrate through the meat. So the smoke flavor or any of the flavors or seasonings from our rubs. And so it's just getting a hold of that, and then I like to use a paper towel because it allows me to get a little extra grip so it doesn't slip out of my hand. We can remove all that off.
I think that's a hot tip because I don't know if all consumers know that. I mean, that's a hot tip.
So how we prep our ribs here at Single Barrel is we like to rub them with mustard first.
Mustard, okay, if you say so.
So it's just plain yellow mustard, and we like to put just a nice layer of that on. And I always work on one side first. So we always do one side, and then we put our rub on. And I like to put a pretty decent amount of rub on. I don't like to go light on it. I don't like to go light on flavor is one thing I always like to say. The pork has a lot of flavor, and then the rub gives it a little bit of seasoning, but then it also gives it texture. And when we're gonna put these on the smoker, we're gonna put these on just like this, with this fat side, or the outer portion of it, up and ready to go on the smoke, because we want that part to receive the most amount of smoke because that's where most of the meat is. These are ready to go on the smoker.
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
That's all that we do to them. They're gonna go on the smoker. We're gonna cook them at 250 degrees for about 6 hours. After that 6 hour mark, or when they have a little bit of color to them, that's when we're gonna take them off. We wrap them in foil, and then we finish cooking them until they're tender.
Awesome. Well, this looks fantastic. I'm ready to try some ribs. Let's get to it.
All right, great. Let's get them on the smoker. Okay, Jane, I have these just fresh off the smoker.
I'm ready.
So these are ribs. They came off the smoker. We did let them sit for about 20 minutes to kind of rest. So like I said, they've been wrapped. After 6 hours, they get wrapped in foil. We kind of dump them out onto the table. There is a little bit of sugar in that rub, so it does stick a little bit. And they look really dark. Some people think they're burnt, and they're not. That's just really good caramelization. That gives us a lot of that flavor. Okay, so I'm gonna cut just a few ribs off for us to right out of the middle here to give us a little bit of a taster, and I'll let you see. Tell me what you think.
These are the days I love my job.
These are always, this is always the best part, right?
This is it, yeah.
So there's one for you.
Look at that. Fantastic. So, great smoky flavor. What kind of wood do you use? What do you guys use?
We use mulberry wood, which is native Nebraska wood. Nobody else really uses it. We like it, the flavor that it gives to all of our meats, and we formulated all of our rubs and sauces to go along with that.
Okay. Hey, thanks Brandon for sharing all your secrets with us today. These ribs are fantastic. Really appreciate it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming.
Yeah. We've been with Brandon Harpster today from Single Barrel and Mulberry Barbecue, and he's given us some great tips on how to prepare fabulous St. Louis ribs.